for the introduction. So thank distinguished participants, a very good evening. So it's my pleasure today to share with you more information of UNESCO AI Competency Framework for students and teachers. Before that, I would like to present the main publications UNESCO has produced over recent years in the field of AI in education. So we started the program in 2017, which is very early, and then we started to organize the conference and also to make the publication, especially the policy guidance materials available. And among them, I want to flash two sets of publication. The first one is the publications on AI in education policies. It's all around policies. In 2019, we adopted and published the Beijing Consensus on AI and Education. Since 2019, it has been ranked the top 50, top 30 for 5 years, more than 5 years. And then after that, we produced AI and Education Guidance for Policymakers in 2021. And it has been almost ranked the top 10 for 3-4 years. And after these 3 publications, it's become top 12 after the top 10. And then we published the guidance for generative AI in education and research in 2023, 1.5 years ago. And after it's released, it's almost always ranked number 1 for 1 year. And then after we published the other 2 publications, this one become almost number 3. So now we also have last year, we started to, and actually 2 or 3 years ago, we started to have the publications on AI competencies and AI curricula. So 2 or 3 years, we conducted a survey to 193 countries of UNESCO's member states, and we published the report of the mapping of the K-12 governmental AI curriculum. It has been ranked the top 30. And last year in September, we released the AI Competence Framework for teachers. After its release, it has been ranked number 1. And the AI Competence Framework for students, it has been ranked number 2 for almost 5-6 months so far. So those are the main publications I would like to share. And we also have other language version. For example, for this one, the Spanish version is always ranked number 20. And even the Spanish version of this one is also ranked in the top 10. So which means in top 10, we have 5. And among the top 50 publications, 10 publications are from us, all around AI in education. So those are the most influential publications on AI in education from UNESCO I would like to share. And then come to the AI competence framework for students. We put forth some taglines for this competence framework, which is to set up something like the visions for the countries to strive for. So we think that all the countries should strive to prepare their students to be responsible and creative AI citizens, which means there are 3 key terms. Everybody should be responsible user of AI, but if possible, we should be the creative user, even some co-designer, co-creator of AI. And we put forth a new word of AI citizens. And we started to think quite fundamentally about the era or the society we are facing. And I use Plato's allegory of the cave to help us to review what are underlying the AI tools and platforms we are facing every day. I think in this allegory of the cave, I think this fire is more like the algorithm and architecture, and the AI company are designing, developing, and using to project our data to identify the pattern among the data and project the result. Either they are the outputs, for example, the outputs of the ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or some learning management system, some suggestions for strategy. And then we are using different platform, and we are here, and we are the consumers. Most of the people are the consumers of the content. They are manipulated by AI. And we should not forget the data worker from Africa and from they are working in the cave, in the internet cafe on salary, very, very low salary. And as we remember in the when we learned the education theory, and the educationalist always told us that we should go out to the real world and learn from the real world and to discover the knowledge from the real world. But we should not forget that the real world is being polluted by AI. So we need to think, what sort of AI competence can help free us from this kind of AI kill. So, and we are facing a dilemma because we are moving to a new era. We call it sometimes we call it the era of AI. But the AI era is not a word waiting for us and with the sunshine as 3,000 years ago. As we said, the upcoming world is a world being polluted by AI, being manipulated by AI. So we need to build the AI era we want. And there's a tension between human centralism and machine centralism. So with this, we need to think what sort of human society do we want to build in the AI era? It's the human society we want to build in the AI era. And for this purpose, what sort of a human competency do we need to prepare for the desired human society in the AI era? So based on that, so we need to think what sort of AI society citizens, if we are coming, we are entering AI societies, and then we need citizens, and what kind of citizenship we need to foster. So we summarize that, every student should become critical AI citizens, not the AI addicts. And everybody should become a responsible user of AI, not the AI, and we call it AI manipulated DeepSeek. I call it deeper fake distributors. And we hope that many students, like the CEO, the development team of DeepSeek, many students will become co-creator of AI tools, not only waiting for the Western world, the bigger AI company to develop AI tools for us. And we should not, only force our students to become the passive prompters, which means they only learn the prompt engineering without understanding about the techniques and architectures, AI system behind the AI tools. And if possible, we also need to nurture some of the students to become the leader of the next generation of AI, not only to do coding without cautious of for purpose they are coding for. They need to understand what they are coding for and whether this purpose is climate friendly, is climate sustainable, is harmful to our human or not. We need to remind students to become that. I want to have a quote from the CEO of the DeepSeek. When he received an interview from China, he was saying that our starting point is not to seize the AI opportunity to make a fortune, but to strive to be at the forefront of technology and to optimize the entire ecosystem. And based on 2 or 3 years discussion, consultation, we come up with this, dimension, the two-dimension metrics. We have 4 aspects of the AI competency. We think all the AI competencies should focus on, should explore the development of human-centered mindset, ethics of AI techniques and application, and AI system design. Because many definitions of AI literacy only focus or limited to AI techniques and application without a consideration of mindset, ethics, and AI system design. So we think that a comprehensive AI competency framework should cover all the 4 aspects. And we define 3 levels, 3 progression levels of student competency: understand, apply, and create. So based on this, we come up with we cross-cut, we come up with 16 competency blocks. And we define each of the competency block with a keyword that could capture the unique feature and the unique competency that students need to develop. But we also highlight the interconnection, interlink among all these different competency blocks. So for the human-centered mindset, we think that all the students need to understand human agency, the importance of human agency, definition of human agency, and they need to learn how they can protect human agency with the interacting with the AI. And we need students to understand what human accountability mean, and they need to apply the principle and skills of human accountability. And then the student need to become a creation of the new society, which means they need to become, they need to be prepared to be AI society citizens. And we highlight a set of competency around AI society citizen. We call it AI society citizenship, or we can make it simple, AI citizenship. It's the first time that our document proposed the concept of AI citizenship. And then for the ethics, we know that we have many AI ethical principles on AI, but we need to summarize. We need to synthesize what are the essential ethical principles we want all the students to learn, because there's more than 100 ethical principles on the use of AI. We summarize 6 very fundamental ethical principles for all the students to understand and to internalize. Then we call it embodied ethics for students. They need to understand the ethical principle from their life, from their behavior, and from their practice. And then they need to learn the skills and the knowledge on how to make a safe and responsible use of AI. And then since we are encouraging the student to co-create AI, they need to understand ethics by design, and they need to learn how to practice ethics by design. For the AI techniques and application, we highlight the transferable knowledge and operational skill. We are not guiding students to learn the operational skill of a certain AI platform. We are not asking them to learn that. We highlight that students need to learn the transferable knowledge schema on AI, which means the AI foundations, which very much is a conceptual understanding of AI, and then some application skill. It's not application skill of a certain AI platform. It's about how to process data, the data structure, how to do programming, and algorithm behind the AI, and how they can learn the tools to program AI algorithm, and even some to understand the architecture. And based on all this, we encourage them to create AI tools. And then for AI system design, it's almost the first competency framework to promote the AI system design, not only to use AI outside of the black box, but to help them to unpack and to reveal what are underlying the black box of AI system. So we start with the program scoping, and it's very different. We start to challenge the student to understand, what questions, what problems we should not use AI to solve. We try to avoid a misunderstanding that AI is the solution. It's a misunderstanding. They need to understand when they should use AI, when they should not use AI, and then to define the problem for the AI system design, and then to learn the knowledge and skill underlying architecture design. And then they learn how to collect feedback, how to conduct a user test, and how to iterate the AI systems. But again, we are not telling students that for any AI system, you need to upgrade, you need to redesign it. We ask them that they need to discuss when they should shut down an AI system if they find the AI system is doing harm to human and the AI system is not appropriate. They should learn how to shut down an AI system. And then we landed these competencies with the student real life learning and their practice. We think that this is the AI literacy for all the citizens, and it's also the foundation for students. And if Hong Kong or any country or any province or cities would like to set up AI as a curriculum, here we think is the exit mastery levels for all the students if they are graduate from the secondary schools. This is the exit mastery level. And for students with who are having a very strong talent and interest in AI, we encourage them to extend their learning to this level, this extended learning outcome, and sometimes it could be elective curriculum in the curriculum system. And then we actually, for each of them, we also ask a very fundamental question. And then we have the specification. For each of the concept, we try to understand by ourselves first, and we define them. And then we define them based on the real scenario that a student could study and the teacher could teach. We are not define them in an abstract manner. So, and we define each of the concept and in a systematic way. For example, under human-centered, human agency, we highlight AI is human-led, and what does it mean? Human control and dynamic human agency and machine agency. What's the interaction between human agency and machine agency? We try to define the concept from a very systematic manner, and then we promote the pedagogical methodology we think that are suitable for different aspects of the competency. And then we put forth some recommendations on the learning environment. The learning environment, we are not only promoting the fancy, modern, and front-line and AI technology, but we consider a varied learning environment, including the unplugged learning settings, if it's necessary, and also consider the open source AI tools, including the open source tool, open source programming, open source library, open source database. Now we have the DeepSeek that provide many free and open source algorithm, but we also shared many examples in this publication. But we try to ask students to have critical thinking of the open source AI options. And this is a specification for each of the competency blocks. We have 12 competency blocks. So we define each of them. And then we have some thread behind this different AI competencies. For example, for the AI, the human-centered mindset, we try to help students to move from a human agency to understand AI citizens. The human agency, what does it mean? What is covered? Human accountability and human society citizens. Those are the keywords we summarize from the the document. And for the ethics, it's moving from the internalization of ethical principle to the ethical by design. And then for the AI techniques and formations and the skills, we are highlighting the transferable knowledge schema, plus the adaptivity in using AI skills and also the creativity in creating AI tools. And AI system design, as I said, we start from when not to use AI to the system thinking and the system thinking skills in the AI system design. So, and we also promote some implementation strategy, how the AI competence should be positioned in the national AI strategy, or even in the national framework for ethics of AI, for the regulations of AI. So we think that student AI competency and the citizens AI literacy are the cornerstone of any national AI strategy. And then we encourage the building of interdisciplinary core AI curriculum and also the cluster AI curricula. So to help students to navigate and to build their AI competency. So we also explore that, somehow our AI competency framework is a transdisciplinary competency that is beyond any specific AI subject skills or knowledge. And at the same time, we need to build interdisciplinary curriculum goals and to have a reconstruction of the multidisciplinary curriculum. And I want to highlight is that the curriculum to me is very critical for the development of AI competency. 20 years ago, I was in charge of China's national ICT curriculum, and in 2004, 21 years ago, we promote artificial intelligence as one of the compulsory subjects in the upper secondary school of China, more than 20 years ago. To my understanding, because I was the director of the national center in charge of this curriculum, I was fully aware that not all the schools, all the students can really access to AI, can learn AI. But even the most conservative understanding is that maybe at least 1% of students could learn AI. The 1% in China, because in China, every grade level, we have more than 10 million students. 100% means 100,000 students at least learn every year AI. So that's why after 20 years, when these students, because when in 2004, they may be 10 years ago, now they are 30 years ago. And the core developer of DeepSeek, the average age is 30 years old. I think many of them, they study on AI starting from our curriculum standard. And after that, after 10 years, this national AI curriculum has been very much upgraded. I think 3 years ago, China released a new AI ICT or AI standard, curriculum standard. And even for the grade 1 and 2, grade 2, 3 and 4, grade 5 and 6, grade 7 and 9, which means for the primary and lower secondary schools, you can see it's a very, very holistic approach. So, and then that was validated because now, according to Micro Polo, a very independent organization, they have this kind of AI talent tracker. And then they discovered that in 2022, China produced the most portion, the biggest portion of the AI talent of the world, already overpassed the US. Is more than 2 times of US AI talent. So that's proven, and I think the AI curriculum is very important. And for this purpose, in the implementation strategy, we try to propose a systematic recommendations on the AI curriculum, including environment, future-proofing AI domain as a carrier of curriculum, to tailor the spiral curriculum sequence, and to build the enabling learning environment. We have the list of the elements to promote. This is very important, probably for Hong Kong and beyond. We need to promote the professionalization of AI teachers. We cannot ask a language teacher to teach AI at this age. And we need to guide the cohort-based pedagogical activity. And then we need to build competency-based assessment system. So I would like to quickly go through the AI competency framework for teachers. Again, we have the vision. We try to promote some keywords in the vision to the AI competencies for teachers. Once again, I think 2 or 3 keywords. First of all, we think that we need to move towards right, which means teachers' right-based use of AI. And secondly, if possible, the teachers should have autonomous right, but also autonomous competency that allows them to use AI, which means they understand what behind AI. They can make an autonomous decision about AI, whether to use or not, when to use or when not to use, and how to use and how not to use, and what controls to use. So how to assembly different AI tools. So we promote, first of all, teachers' right. Secondly, try to empower them to become autonomous use of AI in education. And there's many predictions, discussions, argument or disargument around the use of AI in teaching and learning or in pedagogy. I try to summarize them in this very simple figure. I think the most fundamental disruptive power AI could pose to to teaching and learning, to teachers and students is this one. Because in the history over 1,000 years, in the interaction or underlying the pedagogy, there are 2 actors that somehow have agency. We call human agency, or some agency, or some active agency. One actor is teacher, the other actor is a student. Some expert or teacher challenge me, okay, we also have content. Yes, we have content in the pedagogy, but content does not have agency. Content is a passive element in the pedagogy. There's only 2 proactive actor with a certain level of agency. Those were teachers and students. Now AI is coming because the essence of AI is to imitate our thinking and our behavior. So it's a kind of human-like actor in our thinking process. And we are now discussing the machine agency. which means the machine agency is embedding into this teacher-student interaction and change the bilateral relationship between teachers and students to a triangular interaction. So we need to think the profound impact of this change, because now in the classroom in Hong Kong or in some developed cities or countries, teachers come to the classroom carrying some answers, some knowledge they may find from AI, from the AI agent or from ChatGPT or from DeepSeek. Then the teacher may use some AI tools in the classroom. Students are also asking questions and interacting with the AI platform. They bring in their understanding, their knowledge, prior knowledge, and prior experience into the AI affected knowledge into the classroom. And then in the classroom, we may have some AI tools, AI platform, like the learning management system, or even in the classroom, the teacher may encourage students to use ChatGPT or DeepSeek. So that this triangular, relationship or interaction, we need to have redefine. We need to, first of all, because this one is threatening teachers' right. First of all, we need to protect the teachers' right to job and their right to teaching, because we believe that at this age, so far, based on the current generation of AI cannot replace or substitute teachers, because by essence, by nature, the pedagogy is still a human interaction, and we need a human touch. We need, because the education is not only to learn, to memorize knowledge, it's also to develop the social value, to help students to understand our words. So it's much beyond the knowledge acquisition. So with this, AI cannot replace teachers. First of all, we need to protect the teachers' right, and secondly, we need to define teachers' new rules. And in this triangular pedagogy, and then to define teachers' new competencies needed to be effective teacher in this triangular interaction. And then we should not forget that AI is becoming stronger and stronger. There might be stronger AI coming, and the people were thinking that there may be AI may become human by design. If the human by design enter this cycle, how we should further redefine teachers' role and competency is remain to be seen. And with this, we also define teachers' duty in the AI society. Similar to the student, the rules, we think that a teacher should become critical reviewer of AI, not only a follower of AI, and they also should become a critical AI society citizens. And the teachers should become co-creator of ethical rules of their schools in the classroom, and the teacher should not be the passive follower and implementers of the rules that are developed by other people and by those people who may not understand education. Teachers should become the co-creator of the ethical rules. And of course, they should become the role model of the AI ethics. And most importantly, teachers should become the co-designers of AI assisted learning settings and human accountable designer and facilitator of AI pedagogy. And of course, as a lifelong learner, teachers should become the co-learners of AI together, side by side with their students. So that's what we think of teachers' duty in the AI society. We try to define some guiding principle for this AI competency framework for teachers. By the end, actually, we try to consider very deeply to think of a social contract for human AI interaction. And through this tiered or layered guiding principles, we try to capture the most important principles that are being discussed in the society and also in the academic cycle. All the important, for example, debunking AI's hypers, and then understand AI's threats, ensuring AI and social value to prevail, and not the machine value or commercial value to prevail. All this important human accountability, inclusivity, explainability, human control, are just the teacher's duty, teacher's right, ethical principle for validating AI tools by school and climate friendly. and the evolution of teachers, digital competency, all these key terms, we try to summarize them in this guiding principle. I don't have time to unpack them to explain one by one, but we put forth a set of guiding principle. And once again, we come up with this framework. And for teachers, they are different from students, because for students, we are preparing them for future, especially if our competence framework is talking about K to 12, basically primary and secondary school students, not the university yet. So we are preparing for their future. But for teachers, it's different. We are preparing for their today's job, because every day they open eye, they enter the school, they need to face 20, 30, even in some country, even in China, when I was a student, one teacher need to face more than 100, even hundreds of students. So they need to do the job. So we change the aspects. We add AI pedagogy, and we also add one aspect on AI for professional development. So for teachers, we have human-centered mindset, ethics of AI, AI foundation, but also AI pedagogy and professional development. And we change the progression levels as well, because we think that teacher need to teach every day. They cannot only understand without action. They need to acquire skills and knowledge they can use immediately. So we start with acquire, and to deepening, and to creation. And for each of the column, we ask a very critical question. For example, how teachers can become critical review of AI and AI society. And we also come up with these key terms. Human agency, human accountability. But for teacher, we're not talking about the human society citizens, because they are now already citizens. So we want to highlight the social responsibility. And for the ethics of AI, to help them to become co-creator of ethical rules. And we want them to understand ethical principles. Once again, we use the 6 essential ethical principle, and to learn safe and responsible use of AI, not only to ensure their safety and their responsibility, but also to monitor student responsibility and to ensure student safety. And then co-creating some ethical rules from teacher. And co-designers of AI assistant learning environment, we want them to learn basic AI technique, because we are facing all different teachers, even teachers who are teaching history, teaching art. So we adjust the level. We think that they need to understand the basic AI technique and application, learn some application skills, and to learn how to create with AI, but not to create AI tools, but create maybe some content, maybe some lesson plan, maybe some essays, some formative assessment with AI. And so we change the level. AI pedagogy is very difficult. So we start with, actually there's a kind of hidden thread. Here we are talking about instructional design, how teachers can learn instructional design that can guide their AI assistant teaching. Secondly, go deeper to learn learning design to guide their designing and the facilitation of AI pedagogical integration. And then this one, we call it a scenario design. They need to think of the scenario where AI may have some potential. We are not telling teachers that AI must transform education. We don't know. It's an uncertainty. It may transform pedagogy, it may not. But we encourage teachers to have critical thinking about whether AI will transform pedagogical methodology. If yes, how? If no, what's your justification? And then to think of the AI enhanced pedagogical transformation. And for professional development, starting with attitude towards the use of AI to enable lifelong learning and lifelong professional learning, and to enhance organizational learning, and also to use AI, if possible, to support the professional transformation. Once again, we landed them into the teacher's professional development. The first one is that if any organization like you, like Hong Kong, any kind of university would like to organize the training for all the teachers, we think this is the basic one. At least you should achieve this level for all the teachers. And if some teacher already have some experience and have some further interest, we can help them to become master teacher in the AI competency and the use of AI. this is very much for the master teacher. And also we know that there's some expert teacher, they would like to go further. So this is the something like the little bit forward-looking vision for the expert teachers. So that's how we define the AI competency. Again, we have the specification, but this specification is different from a student, because for student, we are targeting teachers, we are targeting the curriculum developers for student. For teachers competency framework, the specification are targeting the teacher training program developer. If you are developing a teacher training program in the teachers college or in the in-service training institutes or in any university you want to train teacher, here we are targeting those teacher trainers and the teacher training program developer. So we try to define the curriculum goals. Once again, it's the operational definition of the keywords, and even to think if teacher master this level, learn this competency, what kind of attitudinal change the teacher may perform, or behavioral change the teacher may demonstrate. So in their classroom, in their school settings. So we think of different school settings. We are not only thinking the AI settings like in Hong Kong or in the advanced or developed cities of China. We are thinking of even in Africa, how teacher can perform. So that's our specification. And then we also have the implementation strategy, because first of all, we try to protect the teachers' rights, but at the same time, we highlighted that, teachers' AI competency is only the necessary condition. It's necessary. Without this, nothing could be changed, could be achieved, but it's not the sufficient condition. If the country really want to promote effective use of AI or even innovative use of AI in education, they need to train teachers, but they need to do much more than training of teachers, which means teachers' AI competency is only the necessary condition for effective use, and teachers should not be held accountable for the other condition. And the country and the government and the institution need to be accountable for other enabling condition beyond the teacher. So with this, first of all, we think that all the government, local institutions need to regulate AI and to ensure trustworthy AI tools for education. We promote that. So far, almost no government. I think the UK government recently released a kind of validation mechanism, to validate the tools that from the AI supplier, to ensure that the AI tools are safe, are secured, and also ethically proper before they introduced to the market. But in most of the country, we don't have the validation mechanism to evaluate, to vet the AI tools that will be procured by schools or by the education system before they are introduced to classroom, to the school settings at a large scale. So we urge the government and the institution to take action, and we'll also put forth some recommendations on the methodology that could be used to evaluate, and then also the criteria. And the second, to have enabling policy, because teachers are facing quite a lot of barrier to the use of AI. Many teachers said that we are not using AI because we don't have the knowledge, or we don't have the AI tools. Even in some countries, their technology infrastructure is obsoleted. And also many teachers were saying that this is not our top priority because we are not evaluated by the use of AI. So we have a lot of pressure, administrative pressure or workload pressure from the existing system. So if the government, if any institution would like to promote the use of AI, we need to build enabling policy and conditions for the use of AI in education. Third, if possible, to formulate the local AI competency framework based on our framework. So far, there's no governmental AI, specific AI competency framework for teachers. In China, they have some AI component in the digital competency framework, but there are some non-government AI competency framework, for example, AI for teachers of Europe, and also there's some Korea also adopted some AI competency framework. I'm not sure whether the Hong Kong administration would like to develop a AI competency framework either outside or within the digital competency framework for teachers. The fourth is that to design and streamline the training program and the supporting program. We shared some example. One is from Singapore. They have micro courses for educator. Actually, they are using a kind of micro course tree, from the root technology techniques of AI branched to some use scenarios or subject specific use of AI. And from AI for teacher of Europe, they also have MOOCs, and to promote some free and open source MOOCs for the teachers to learn from. And the fifth one recommendation is to develop contextual performance-based assessment, how to benchmark the baseline of teachers' AI competency and how to monitor their progression, and also how to assess their competencies after the training. So it's a challenge. We don't have a systematic assessment system yet. We need to consider the development of the instruments to conduct performance-based assessment about teachers' AI competency. So we are organizing a regional seminar to promote the knowledge sharing on this topic, also to present our AI competency frameworks. And we will organize one for Asia Pacific, very likely in China in May. If no more change, we may organize this one in May in Wuhan of Hebei province of China. So if possible, we welcome you to participate, and we can also follow us from our website. This is my email. You can write to me, and then this is my LinkedIn account. I'm an active LinkedIn user, so feel free to ask a question in the LinkedIn post. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for your attention.